Hello and welcome. My name is Sara Geiger de Rodriguez, Executive Speaking Consultant, and today we are going to learn some top tactics for using your communication to gain more influence and comfort at work. So if you've been feeling like you're in the corner, held back in meetings, and overall not participating enough at work to get the impact, the recognition and the interest that your expertise and experience deserves, this episode is for you. Habit lately where I'm so busy that I've tried to find micro moments in my day to pick up a book and read it. Running a business, actually running two businesses, is a lot of time. It sucks a lot of time from your life, and it can be a challenge to read wonderful ideas from people that I admire, respect, and want to learn from. And today, while I was prepping the coffee in the kitchen, I stumbled across a really powerful sentence on page 4 of Jordan Belfort's book, The Way of the Wolf, and I want to read it for you. Jordan mentions people who have been held back from achieving greatness due to an inability to effectively communicate their thoughts and ideas in a way that connects with other people and moves them to take action. That is the heart of my work. Your communication is the tool that you need to connect with other people, to move other people, to catch the attention of others so that they can take action and consider your ideas, your input, and your initiatives. When we go to work, we take our prior experience, our expertise, our skills, our background education with us. But what we also need to do is work consistently and daily on our communication to get the impact that our ideas deserve. So if you're in a position where you feel held back in meetings, underappreciated, and maybe even undervalued at work, or perhaps you're in another position where you're going to work, you're just going through the habitual behaviors, but you're not feeling that there's much return on the value of your investment. Maybe you're getting stuck professionally, you're trying to go for promotions and they're just not working out. This could be a sign that you need to work on your influential communication. Influential communication is a vital tool to unlocking your career path in terms of ascending up the ranks, but also a vital tool for being taken seriously, for people valuing the credibility of your recommendations and suggestions, and also building rapport and trust with your stakeholders, your manager, your clients, and contacts. I've prepped a blog post that accompanies this episode, which you should definitely check out. I've dropped the link in the comments below, but I want to share with you 3 core features that constitute your influence professionally. So feature number 1 is influence around your work task performance. Feature number 2 is influence around how you maintain your identity and your reputation at work. And influence factor number 3 relates to how you solidify and prepare your future path professionally. So that relates to the influence of becoming, who you will become, all those behaviors, reputation tactics that you invest in on a daily basis at work that determine who you will develop into. Influence is all about our identity and totally separate from our skills and expertise, because the only way we can quickly and briskly communicate our identity, the value that we have to offer, is through our communication strategies. It's going to take a long time for you to get the recognition and respect you deserve if you rely solely on showcasing your ability through the task-based activities that you do, your work history experience. So let's just say you're working on a set of projects and you're being diligent, You're coding in the corner, you're lying low, getting all the jobs done, being an agreeable worker. If you're not able to showcase the work you've done, if you're not able to participate successfully in meetings to present your recommendations, by owning your ideas, sharing your ideas, and inspiring the team or your clients around you to take action because your idea is good, you want to work on your communication. So the question might be, on your end, how can you gain influence by using your communication? So here are a set of 6 tactics that I recommend you consider investing in. Tactic number 1 is learning to use a clear voice tone. What's involved in that? Learning how to warm up your voice, knowing how to use a vocally expressive tone that's consistently clear. Why does it matter? Because your credibility, your persuasiveness, and your charisma is judged monumentally on the basis of your voice tone and signal. Is it fair? Maybe not. I always say it's not necessarily fair that people have a really solid, clear speaking voice, beeline to the top, but it's a fact. There's so much research that proves that how you sound when you speak will give you lots of privileges and advantages if you're clean, clear, crisp, and expressive vocally. If you know that you're monotonous, if you struggle to get clarity of signal so your voice is crackly and croaky, work on your voice. Invest in training with an expert to build up your voice tone. Your tonality matters. Tactic number 2 is learn to present a precise and concise message. It's so important to have logical thinking skills to solve problems at work, but to gain influence, you need logical speaking skills. Work on expanding your vocabulary. Did you know that speakers that use sophisticated, unexpected, and attractive words that are persuasive, interesting, and novel get more ratings for influence, credibility, and persuasiveness? They're seen as more competent because they can find the precise word to embed in their message that catches attention. You should be working on your vocabulary on a daily basis. And if you're wondering how, I've linked some information to a mini on-demand workshop that you can take that will build a sophisticated vocabulary for you so that you can sound a lot more like an industry leader. Tactic number 4 is to use social intelligence, emotional intelligence, and rapport building to fast-track connection with the people around you rapidly. Watch out for the people you don't gravitate towards. Watch out for the people you don't like that you struggle to speak with, and get some social intelligence tools in place to become a better conversationalist, a better listener, and someone who can use rapport building frameworks to build authentic and heartfelt connection with the contacts around you. You can form a conversation with anyone and everyone, no matter how much shared interest you have. And if you struggle to have conversations with the people around you because of lack of shared interest, difficulty building rapport, or even all-round social awkwardness, you can get some strategies in place to help and assist you with building social connection more successfully. And the outcome of that is you'll see increased influence and also comfort and interest at work. It's always worthwhile investing in the people element around you, and communication is untapped capital that you can use to your maximal advantage to get gains at work and also to add value to your conversation partner's day. Tactic number 5 is to get political. I don't know why, but the word political is seen as a dirty word at work, but what if I was to tell you that there's research that people who are politically connected, who invest time in building strategic relationships with their boss, with contacts around them in the industry, are seen as more competent. So if you already know you're a competent, experienced, and expert worker, add a little bit of political interest to your career plan, because that will only further enhance how people see you as competent. So if you're already competent, you might as well do it to get traction with the economy of ideas, with your career ascension, so you can have a meaningful impact in the industry. If you neglect networking, building connection with people that make decisions, sharing your career progression plans with people who can have a pivotal role in helping you move forwards in your industry, you may get left behind and feel frustrated that your career isn't expanding alongside your knowledge. And I don't want you to be in that position. So this is a very important area to invest detailed work into, but to do it in a research-informed way. And that's something that I share with my clients. You don't just want to sort of pitch someone for opportunity off the cuff without knowing what you're doing. You need to use rapport building strategies, understand the motives behind your conversation partner, and start to see how can you serve the people around you to gain political access to decision making and get more input in the structural hierarchy of the organization. And that takes careful planning using your communication. Charisma is what catches attention, gets people inspired, and allows you to add oil to your lamp that burns brightly to showcase your vision, your identity, and your values. So you have vision, I'm sure of it. You have an identity, I'm also sure of that. You have an ethical code of conduct that you firmly believe in, but not everyone around you will necessarily know these details that make you who you are. It's charisma tactics that can be both verbal and non-verbal that are scientifically backed that you need to learn, that you can harness to showcase who you are, what you stand for, to get inspiration and action from the people around you. So if you'd like to know more about that, I've also left some resources in the comments below, which you should certainly check out. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. I really hope that it's added value to your communication in a strength-based approach. The last thing I'm here for is to make you feel self-conscious or awkward or like there's lots of gaps in your communication, but instead to show you that communication is a lifelong stretch goal that you can work on daily. I also work on my communication daily, and it's something that gives added value to my business, to my relationships professionally, and my overall comfort and confidence. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. I thrive on your feedback, your questions, and your remarks, and I read absolutely everything that people write in the comments below. I love participating in this community. Thanks so much for clicking across to watch this one. Don't forget to check out the blog post, and I'm leaving something special for you at the end of this episode that is a wonderful idea for your speaking if you're looking at building up your speaking skills in the near future. Thanks so much for watching, and ciao for now. Have you ever wanted to speak confidently and clearly at work without sounding awkward and hesitant? The first step to increasing your speaking success at work is knowing what you do well so you can do it more, and evaluating the gaps so you can build up new communication skills to take you forward in your career. Introducing the High Performance Communication Audit. Get instant access now. I will audit every aspect of your communication skills and help you with science-backed strategies to ensure your communication success. We'll look into your voice tone, fillers, hesitations, speaking expressions, speaking speed, language and vocabulary power, social communication skills like assertiveness and rapport building, persuasiveness, as well as executive presence and leadership communication skills. You'll get video-based assessment online in a conversational format led by me so that you speak as you normally would in order for me to get a true picture of your communication while performing under pressure. Access to the High Performance Communication Success digital blueprint, my prototype guide to the key features of clear and confident communication, a communication assessment by an executive speaking coach, opera singer and speech pathologist, as well as a personalized strategy feedback session where you'll discover the step-by-step way to speak confidently with anyone and everyone, no matter your personality or position.